Self-care is often seen as a luxury or something we do only when we have time, but it is in fact a necessity for maintaining our overall health and well-being. In the hustle of daily life, it is easy to neglect ourselves, focusing solely on work, family obligations, or other external pressures. However, the truth is that self-care is not selfish. It's a vital practice that helps us replenish our energy, reduce stress, and foster a sense of balance. It's the foundation for better mental, physical, and emotional health. In this journal, I will explore the significance of self-care and the ways in which we can incorporate it into our lives regularly. The concept of self-care extends far beyond the occasional bubble bath or spa day. It is about making intentional choices to nurture all aspects of yourself, mind, body, and spirit. To begin, one of the most important facets of self-care is recognizing that it involves consistency. It's not about waiting for a breakdown or burnout to take action. It's about integrating small, nourishing practices into your life every day, creating habits that promote lasting well-being. Physical self-care is the most visible form of self-care and often the first that comes to mind. But this includes maintaining a healthy diet, staying active, and getting enough rest. Nourishing the body with wholesome foods provides the energy necessary to tackle daily responsibilities and supports long-term health. Staying hydrated, incorporating fruits and vegetables into meals, and minimizing processed foods are all part of this process. Regular exercise, even in small doses, can be a powerful form of self-care. It improves mood, increases energy, strengthens the body, and supports mental clarity. Physical care also includes sleep, which is often overlooked. Quality rest is essential for rejuvenating the body and mind, allowing us to be productive and emotionally balanced the next day. Prioritizing these habits lays the groundwork for feeling physically and mentally equipped to handle life's challenges. Emotional self-care is equally important as it allows us to process and manage our feelings, preventing emotional overload. To engage in emotional self-care, it is essential to create space for self-reflection and emotional expression. Journaling, for example, can be an effective tool to work through emotions and gain clarity. It helps in understanding your feelings, identifying sources of stress, and processing difficult emotions in a healthy way. Another practice is learning to set boundaries, something that many people struggle with. Saying no when needed, prioritizing your own needs, and protecting your energy from toxic or draining situations are all key to emotional health. Additionally, spending time with loved ones who uplift and support you, while also distancing yourself from negative influences, nurtures emotional well-being. Mental self-care involves taking intentional steps to stimulate the mind in a positive way. This can be achieved by engaging in activities that challenge the mind, promote relaxation, or spark creativity. Reading, learning a new skill, solving puzzles, or even engaging in a hobby you're passionate about can serve as mental nourishment. Disconnecting from the constant barrage of information, especially from social media and news, is another essential form of mental self-care. Constant exposure to negative news or comparison can be overwhelming and draining. Taking breaks from screens, having moments of silence, or practicing mindfulness allows the mind to reset and refocus on what truly matters. By consciously giving the mind a break, we can foster greater clarity, creativity, and focus. Spiritual self-care is about connecting to a deeper sense of meaning, purpose, or inner peace. This doesn't necessarily mean religious practices, though for some this is part of it, but rather engaging in activities that foster a sense of connection to something larger than ourselves. This could include spending time in nature, meditating, practicing gratitude, or engaging in reflective practices. Spiritual care is rooted in developing a sense of inner peace and alignment. It's about tuning into your intuition, being present in the moment, and letting go of stressors that no longer serve your higher purpose. For many, spiritual self-care also includes cultivating compassion for oneself, forgiving past mistakes, and being kind to one's inner self. And this practice nurtures emotional balance and fosters a resilient mindset. Another crucial aspect of self-care is social self-care. The relationships we maintain have a direct impact on our well-being, so nurturing healthy connections is part of a balanced life. Taking time to connect with friends, family, and loved ones, whether in person or virtually, is essential for mental and emotional health. Social support creates a sense of belonging and helps us feel understood. However, it's also important to recognize when certain relationships become toxic. And self-care involves the courage to distance yourself from individuals who negatively impact your well-being, whether they are overly demanding, disrespectful, or emotionally draining. One of the most transformative aspects of self-care is the practice of self-compassion. It's easy to fall into the trap of self criticism, especially when life gets tough or when we don't meet our own expectations. But true self care requires being gentle with oneself, acknowledging imperfections, and embracing mistakes as opportunities for growth. Instead of constantly striving for perfection or pushing oneself beyond limits, self care involves embracing self love, accepting one's vulnerabilities, and celebrating personal progress, no matter how small. Practicing self compassion allows you to replenish your emotional reserves, creating a stronger foundation for facing challenges and moving forward with resilience. Self care also involves knowing when to rest and recharge. Life often involves balancing responsibilities, whether at work, in relationships, or with personal projects. While being productive is important, it's equally crucial to recognize when it's time to step back and relax. Overworking and pushing through exhaustion can lead to burnout, frustration, and decreased effectiveness in both personal and professional life. Learning to recognize when your body or mind is signaling the need for rest is a critical part of self care. Taking a break, whether for a day or a few hours, allows you to return to your duties with renewed focus and energy. In conclusion, self care is a continuous, evolving practice that involves nourishing the body, mind, and spirit. It is not an indulgence, but a necessity for living a healthy and fulfilling life. Prioritizing self care allows us to manage stress, maintain a sense of balance, and foster greater productivity and emotional resilience. By integrating self care into our daily lives through healthy habits, mindful practices, and compassionate choices, we empower ourselves to live authentically and thrive in every aspect of our existence. It's important to remember that self care is not selfish. It's an act of self preservation that enables us to show up as the best version of ourselves for both ourselves and the people around us.